I'm going to show yucky stuff. So if you don't like seeing yucky stuff, can you please stop watching right now? I'm doing this to show off what's happening, to show what the reality of farming a little bit. So if you don't like it, this is your warning to stop watching. Okay, I'm going to show dead animals because I've had shit go wrong, and shit goes wrong. It sometimes means dead stuff. Okay, so now's your opportunity. Right. So I'm out in the lambing paddock. I brought the hoggets home yesterday. Now they're not due to drop until the 30th, and I've had them up at grazing about 20 minutes up the road, so I did have to load them up to bring them home. And we try our best not to stress them out, not to cause issues, but every now and then the reality is that, you know, we're pushing the limits and we're trying to do the best for our animals, and sometimes stuff goes wrong. Now I've already had one hogget slip that was up at the grazing about 3 weeks ago now. It was a white lamb with a black head. I know which ewe it was. And this morning, colour here. Oh, it's a little girl actually. Now it is premature. We can see it's got a hairy coat. It's hairy. We can see its feet are soft. See, they're jelly-like. So it is premature. Not just on its size, but it's got some meconium going on under the tail. So that's a bit interesting. A bit of meconium there as well. It had a birthing bag over its head, so it wasn't going to make it. Sometimes the hoggets don't get in and clean that head and pull that bag off, so that's a little disappointing. Sorry, no. But I'll go find out which ewe it is. I saw one with a dirty tail. It's that one by the water trough there. They're also on silage, which I don't like giving silage this close to lambing, but you've got to feed them. They've got to have something to eat. I saw her yesterday. I know who she is too. Hey miss, it's you. So you can see just a little bit of blood around that tail. That's really disappointing. Here we go. That's kind of disappointing, but that is farming. Lovely little new hogget there. Because of her breeding, she probably will continue into next year's flock. I know her mum, I know her family line. But that's just the way it works. They're also getting brassicas, which isn't ideal because of the pigs, but so why did this lamb die? Well, could be toxoplasmosis, which is the one that comes to mind straight away. It could have been the stress of moving. Could be insufficient feed, insufficient quality of feed. Could be other things going on with the ewe, health issues that I can't see. She looks fine. It could be a ram issue. All of those can contribute to dead lambs. Maybe I'll put this one down to stress actually and cross my fingers that it's not something more serious without spending a lot of money on a autopsy. I may never know the true cause, but as I said, if it continues, I've got this lamb to be autopsied if required. Great thing about today's phones is we can zoom in on little tiny ear tags and see who she is. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take that lamb and I'm going to put it in a bag and put it in the freezer. And I know it sounds weird. The reason I do that is we've had two slips. The first one I didn't recover the body. By the time I got up there, something had eaten it. These ewes have been vaccinated for toxoplasmosis, and they were in a lifestyle type area, so there were other cats around, and the owners of the property didn't have cats themselves, but it still could be something like toxo. And what can happen is we can take a lamb into the vet by the time we realise there's a problem and it's just a dead lamb. Whereas some of these early ones are more likely to have the issues that if you're losing lambs. So as I said, I will pop that one into the freezer. I'm monitoring those hoggets pretty heavily, and it's pretty sad, especially when it's a cool little black one and a cool little black ewe lamb from quite a nice hogget. I don't have spare lambs to mother on because of my small flock. My ewes are finished, there's no spares. My little one that is inside has been inside for too long, so I'm wasting my time trying to put her on. So that hogget, as I said, I've checked who she is. I know she is. She's on my reasonably good ones. She'll be recycled, used again next year. She will come back through. Very rarely do they have problems, but it's noted that she did slip this year, and certainly if she does, then I know there's a problem, and then she doesn't get a second chance because she's just used it up. But fingers crossed, it's nothing too serious.